Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I will be sharing 5 different makeup looks using the brand new Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose 2 eyeshadow palette. I checked this morning, it is still available on her website as well as Sephora in the all black packaging. I believe this pink limited edition version is completely sold out. I'm not sure if it will ever be restocked, but just in case you really wanted to get your hands on it, it is still available. I consider this palette to be like the wild party animal sister to the original Divine Rose. That palette is far more wearable. You know, it's very easy to come up with soft glam, office appropriate, daytime looks. This palette is far more bright and vibrant, lots of pops of color. So while it is a blast to play around with, it would be very easy to open this up and feel a bit lost or intimidated, which is why I partnered once again with the incredibly talented Patty Alonso to bring you 5 looks each using Divine Rose 2. Patty is such an incredible makeup artist. It was a pleasure to collaborate with her on Divine Rose, so I cannot wait to check out her looks and see what she comes up with Divine Rose 2. Her channel is such an incredible resource for eyeshadow tutorials, so be sure to check her out. Her channel and her video will be linked down below.
So outer corner of the eye and then blend it into the crease ever so slightly.
Here we go, look number 1. I'm starting with a fluffy brush and I'm picking up Naked Blush. This is going to go in the crease. Just like the original Divine Rose palette, Divine Rose 2 only contains 2 matte eyeshadows. One is really dark and the other has a medium intensity, so it's a very obvious place to begin. I dip my brush back into Naked Blush and now I'm just deepening this outer V area. This is where I want to concentrate most of the color. Once most of the product has been distributed, I'm just going on top of everything. Blending it out, making it nice and soft and blown out. Next, I've picked up a flat shader brush and I'm going into the shade Rose Seduction. I avoided this eyeshadow the first time I played around with this palette, but now I am going in. So this is going all over the lid. These eyeshadows are so smooth and creamy. It's easy to build up the color. I really didn't need to pick up that much product and I feel like it's very pink. Really quickly, I'm just going to go over the crease. Using the same flat brush, I'm picking up Sextra Terrestrial, and this is going to go in the center of the lid. Picking up my petite fluffy brush, I'm going into Extreme Burgundy. This is going to add depth and dimension to the outer V area. I picked up a clean fluffy brush and I'm going to soften that up. No, it doesn't look clean, but it is. With my petite fluffy brush, I'm adding just a little bit more of the Extreme Burgundy to the outer V. And without picking up any additional product, I'm using that same brush to blend. With my flat brush, I'm just touching up the pink eyeshadow. And then when I flip it around, I can touch up Sextra Terrestrial as well. Same brush for both. With a pencil brush, I'm picking up Naked Blush, and I'm going to start buffing this underneath the lower lash line. With this very small precision brush, this is actually a lip brush, but I use it for eyeshadow. I'm going into Rose Seduction, and I'm going to take this beneath the lower lash line as well, as close to the lash line as possible. I wiped off my little brush and now I'm going into Skin Show Rose Opal. This is going inside the inner corner. I'm also applying this beneath the brow bone. I just pulled out my Pillow Talk eyeliner and this is going in the waterline. To complete look 1, I'm going in with my black liquid eyeliner from Chanel and Dior Show Blackout Mascara. Look number 1 is now complete. I'm starting look number 2 the same way as look number 1, picking up my fluffy brush. I'm going into Naked Blush, and this is going in the crease. Same thing again, I'm going back into Naked Blush, and I'm going to deepen this outer V area. I want to keep this second look completely neutral, so I picked up my flat shader brush and I'm going into Bronze Rosé. This is going on the lid. I love this color. This is one of my favorite eyeshadows in the palette. It's almost like a rose gold. It's just really pretty. Before moving on, I'm going to quickly take my original fluffy brush and just soften the crease. I wanted to keep this look neutral, all earth tones, you know, so you could go in with a deep chocolatey brown. Instead, I'm just using what's in the palette, so I'm picking up this burgundy color. Since we have this blush tone in the crease, this rose gold on the lid, it actually doesn't look that purple. Definitely not from afar. So you can get away with the purple, but if you wanted to, a chocolate brown would be really pretty. Very softly, I'm starting to blend that in on the lid. You want to make sure that when you first apply the product, the majority of it goes in this outer V area. That's where you want it to be the deepest. And then as you lose product on the brush, then you can start brushing it in, blending it out. My original fluffy brush, I'm just going to go one more time. Make sure that's nice and soft. With my pencil brush, I'm picking up Naked Blush, and I'm going to run that beneath the lower lash line. I quickly wiped off the brush. I'm going into Rose Opal now, and this is going to be my brow highlight and inner corner highlight. I love how there's a slight pink iridescent sheen to this shadow. All you have to do now is go in with mascara and your eyeliner of choice. You could go in the waterline if you wanted to make it deeper. You could go in with black, brown, maroon. You could do a softer color. It's really completely up to you, but this is just one of those go-to base looks. You know, you can make it a little bit softer than this, you can make it darker than this. But I love the Naked Blush in the crease, that bronze rose on the lid, and then some sort of dark eyeshadow in the outer V. Done. So simple. I added black liquid eyeliner, extended a little wing, and I added mascara. This is where I would personally stop if I were wearing this look as my go-to, you know, everyday look. We're starting look number 3, and you guessed it, I've picked up Naked Blush on a fluffy brush, and this is going in the crease. What makes this eyeshadow such a great transition shade, besides the fact that it's really the only option in the palette, is that it's not too light, it's not too deep. It's not really meant to mimic anybody's skin tone, but it's that perfect medium intensity, matte, smooth and creamy eyeshadow that will help blend everything together. With a flat shader brush, I'm picking up Gold Lust, and this is going all over the lid. This is seriously one of the most beautiful gold eyeshadows I think I've ever seen. And it goes on so nicely. I'm using the flat edge of the brush to carve out the crease. And then I'm gonna wet my brush. I'm picking up Astral Pink Moon, the glitter eyeshadow, and I'm going to pop that right in the center. I picked up my pencil brush and I'm going into the shade Rose Seduction. Starting in the outer corner of the eye, I'm going to start carving out the crease. Very lightly. I'm stopping when I get around here. I don't want to take it all the way in. Just right here, going really light. With my original fluffy brush, I picked up a little bit more of the Naked Blush, and I'm blending that right on top of the Rose Seduction. With the pencil brush, I picked up Rose Seduction, and I'm going to run this underneath the lower lash line. I just picked up what is one of the few remaining clean brushes, and I'm going into Skin Show Rose Opal, and I'm going to use that to highlight my brow bone. For this look, I want to experiment, so I'm going in now with my Marc Jacobs pink eyeliner. This is the shade Back to the Fuchsia. I feel like I need something in the waterline, but I'm not sure what it should be. While I think about it, I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm back now with mascara, and I'm going into the waterline with this gold eyeliner. This one is from Lancome. This was limited edition a couple years ago. I just want to add a little something more, and I think a gold eyeliner would be really pretty. I also thought about light pink, but we have a lot of pink going on, so I'm just going to see what this gold does. It's more of a bronzy gold, so it doesn't necessarily go with the eyeshadow. But I like that it adds a little something to the look, but it's not really dark or more pops of color. It's kind of funky and colorful, but it's not overly dark and smoky either, so you can play around with this look. I wish I could tell you that look number 4 was starting in a different manner, but it's not. On a fluffy brush, I picked up Naked Blush, and this is going in the crease. With a flat shader brush, I'm picking up Divine Dusk, and this is going all over the lid. This is maybe the first eyeshadow in the palette that's giving me a bit of trouble. And it's not really trouble, you just have to be patient and really build it up. This is taking me a little bit longer to build up, but it's worth it because it is so pretty. With my Petite Precision brush, I'm picking up Extreme Burgundy, and this is going in the outer V. I'm taking the remainder of what's left on the brush and I'm blending it in on the lid and the crease. I picked up a teeny tiny bit of the Naked blush and I'm going to blend out the crease. With my pencil brush, I went into Extreme Burgundy, and I'm going to buff this beneath the lower lash line. Of course, one last time, I'm going to make sure this is nice and blended. Since this look is a smoky eye, I took my Pillow Talk eyeliner and I'm going in the waterline. I added my liquid eyeliner and mascara. The very last step is to go into that Skin Show Opal and highlight the brow bone. This is look number 4. I think it is the perfect smoky eye using this palette. This is another look that I'm going to keep in my back pocket because I'm sure I will wear this out at some point soon. For the 5th and final look, we are starting the same way. With a fluffy brush, I'm picking up Naked Blush, and this is going in the crease. I'm using the same technique as before. I'm sort of deepening this outer crease, outer V area, and then when most of the product has been distributed, I'm blending right on top of the crease to make it nice and soft. Using a flat shader brush, I'm picking up this purple shimmery eyeshadow Eleganza. This is going all over the lid. Whatever you do, don't sleep on this shade because it is so beautiful on the eye. It looks really pretty in the pan, but for some reason it doesn't stand out to me. I guess because there are so many other bright shades in this eyeshadow palette, but really this is one of my favorites. I'm flipping my brush around and I'm picking up Bronze Rosé. This rose gold eyeshadow right here, and I'm going to pop that right in the center. Just to add a little dimension, it's going to add a pop right there in the center. I'm keeping it soft, but if you wanted to make it more dramatic, you could just wet your brush. Using a little precision brush, I'm picking up Eleganza, and I'm going to run this underneath the lower lash line. Since the formula is pretty soft and metallic, you just want to make sure that whatever brush you use is really going to pack on the product. Using my small precision fluffy, I'm going into Extreme Burgundy. This is going in the outer V. I really don't know what I did before this brush. This is the Refer 13. I used it in every single look, and I think I use it just about every single day. Anytime I want to go in the crease and add depth, I like to use this brush because it's small, so it distributes the color and it doesn't spread it out so far. Once most of the product has been distributed to the outer V, I'm going to blend it down on the lower lash line, focusing on the outer lower lash line. I don't want to take the shadow all the way in, but just smoke it out a little bit. Picking up my original fluffy brush, I'm going to tap Rose Seduction very lightly. And I'm going to use that pink to blend out the crease. I'm not taking the pink all the way in, I'm focusing on the outer half of the crease. And I'll kind of blend it down as well. If you need to go in with a blank brush to make this part nice and smooth, you can. Final step for eyeshadow, I'm picking up another small precision brush in the Rose Opal, and I'm gonna pop that inside the tear duct area, inner corner of the eye, as well as the brow bone. Now it's time for eyeliner and mascara, but first I'm going in with this mesmerizing maroon metallic eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to put this in the waterline. I've been getting so much use out of this eyeliner, I need to sharpen it. It's starting to get prickly. With black liquid eyeliner on top and several coats of mascara, eye look number 5 is complete. And that completes the 5th and final look using Divine Rose 2. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and now you feel inspired to play around with your palette. Of course, if you don't own Divine Rose 2, you could still follow along using similar eyeshadows that you might already have. I'm going to keep playing around with this palette all week long. Today's video is just the tip of the iceberg. It's really so versatile. Even if you wanted to create those fast, easy daytime looks, you could stay with those 2 shadows right there. I didn't show you that today because that feels sort of wasteful. You know, that's kind of the obvious makeup look. I love the colors, I love the texture. This palette is just so beautiful. I will most likely pull this out for evening looks, special occasion looks. You know, if I have something in mind using these colors. For daytime, I'm just gonna stick with the original Divine Rose. But it can be done. I love this palette, so beautiful, and I cannot wait to check out Patty's video and see what she came up with. Be sure to check her out right after this. Her video, her channel will be linked down below, as well as everything mentioned, everything on my face. I always like to put that in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.